When speaking about a non-dualistic truth, why do I use dualistic language and seemingly confusing terms when talking about the truth? The easiest way to explain this, and it's something that every person has to come to terms with when they listen to anyone speak about these kind of issues. You have to let go of the seeming paradox between what the words are pointing towards and what the words are. Going back to the analogy of a dreamer, the easiest way to come to terms with this is if you want to talk to someone in a dream, you have to use dream language. In other words, if I went to someone in their own dream and spoke to them about my waking experience, it wouldn't make any sense to them. They would have no context for understanding the terms that I would use, the concepts that I would use, and there really wouldn't be any point in even saying anything because it would almost be like speaking in another language. So anytime you hear me talking about the ultimate truth, the self, Parabrahman, God, undifferentiated truth, any of these things, and I start using terms like I and they and the seeker, the talker, the messenger, the truth, is a person realized or enlightened? Are they realized or enlightened, etc.? You have to just take it for granted that the symbols, the words that are being used, aren't indicative of the actual truth that's being communicated. Eventually, that will be an experience that you have. It will be something that becomes a part of you. And rather than listening to me say, it's not the words, but it's the source of the words, it's where they come from, when you hear me saying that there's an actual transmission from myself to the listener that goes beyond the words, that goes beyond the concepts that are even being talked about, eventually you'll understand that on a beingness level. In other words, you'll almost feel the inherent truth of what I'm talking about rather than grasping it with your mind and cognizing the meaning and logically working through the understanding. It will be a part of your existence that's realized rather than something that's logically understood. So this is going to be a very short video, but the language is very important. And if you listen to other teachings from anything, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Nisargadatta, Ramana Maharshi, Papaji, Buddhism, sayings of Buddha, anything, you'll hear different expressions, different language being used, some of the same terms used to refer to different things, and it can be very confusing. But you will eventually be able to sidestep and see through all those apparent paradoxes, and it won't seem like a paradox anymore, and you'll just get it. Suddenly something will just click, and instead of trying to hold on to things, it's almost like they penetrate you. They get through your mental barrier, even almost your physical barrier, and it just becomes a part of you. And cognitively, you might not even understand it totally, but you will just have an inherent understanding in a more feeling, more emotional, more heart-based way. So just wanted to explain that if language gets in the way as we go along in these talks. And I will talk to you soon.